Welcome to DS Trucks. In today's video, we're going to be testing out Hot Shot's secret FR3 friction reducer. This product makes a lot of claims. It claims to increase horsepower and fuel economy by 5%. It reduces engine wear. So this is an interesting product. Now, if you follow the channel in the last video, we tested Hot Shot's secret fuel additive, their extreme fuel additive, and it actually did seem to improve the MPG by about 1 MPG. So that product is still in the truck as we just tested it yesterday. Now we're going to try this. Now what's really interesting about doing this is if this really does increase the MPG by a little bit, that could have a compounding effect as we add this on top of the other product that we added, the fuel treatment. So could we potentially see 2 MPGs improvement? I don't know. But we're going to go ahead and run the truck right now, get it to establish a baseline of the truck without the product. Then we'll go ahead and add the product to the engine and see if there's any noticeable improvement, if it smooths out at all. Now keep in mind, this is not the most scientific test, so we might not see anything right away. Nonetheless, we're going to try and we're going to see if anything happens. So here is the everyday diesel treatment. This is not what we used yesterday, but this is what you use on a regular basis. So because we used the extreme diesel treatment, we did not need to use this yet. So this we'll be using later. It's going to be hard to test because the tank's already going to have treatment of the extreme diesel, so it might not really be anything I can show you. But this is the product we were using. It's the Motorcraft anti-gel performance, and in the wintertime when I'm running the anti-gel Motorcraft, I will actually run the cetane booster along with the anti-gel. And you know, if you run, when I was running both of these products together in the dose, which I felt like wasn't a bad idea considering this one is the cetane and cetane booster while this one's just the anti-gel apparently, and running them together, using a full dose of them together, the truck did seem to run a little better. But that's using a double dose. Now, one thing about this is it seems like when you use the Ford product, you need a lot more of the product, and it seems like it's less concentrated. Versus this, one bottle treats 400 gallons versus your Ford product, which, like, you need a whole box of this stuff, I think, to treat 400 gallons. So, yeah, that part of it, I like that part of it about the Hot Shot Secrets. I like because it is a better container. It gives you, and some guys were saying that these are leaky. So far, I'm good. Hopefully, it doesn't end up being leaky. But the Ford caps actually leak as well if you don't tighten them up real tight. And if you tighten them tight, you should be good. So, anyway, let's go ahead and get on the road and see how the truck does without the Hot Shot Secrets in it. All right, guys, here on the freeway, and we are getting 11 miles to the gallon. But I want to actually go ahead and reset the computer here. Now we're locked in at 65 miles an hour, but I want to see what we get if I reset it. Now, I'm actually going 65. I'm going to just go 65 for the test. And I think more importantly than the overall MPG point to point is what MPG will it get if I go in this direction, I reset it to 65, what will it sit at? And then if I do it again with the product in the engine, what will it be at that point? So, you know, once you stop and go and all that, there's variables. So if I do a reset right now where it's just open road like it is now, it'll kind of let me know, hey, if that additive's helping a little bit, then that should help show. Now, where are we at right now? Just resetting it. Amazingly, we're at 20 miles to the gallon. We kind of just hit a hill. So it was actually closer to 21. Then we hit a hill, then we kind of going down the hill. So right there at 12 mile, we're at 21. As it kind of goes up and down as we go up and down these hills. They're very slight hills, but it's interesting how a little bit of a hill makes a difference. But I tell you what, guys, there's this additive that I put in, the Extreme Diesel Performance Improver for the fuel. That additive's in the tank right now, and it's certainly making it run a little nicer. Now, once I switched the truck over to 5W40, again, it ran better. But I'm actually going to switch the truck over to the 5W40 POA full synthetic oil that is available from Hot Shots, because I want to try that out. And when I switch to that, that's coming in the mail and I'm due for an oil change. When I switch to that, it's already going to have the FR3 kind of built into it. So I'm really just doing this whole FR3 additive to the engine oil as a test to see what happens. But the oil in this truck's coming out pretty soon. It's just a test, and I want to kind of use it. And it doesn't need to go into the new oil because it's already in that oil from Hot Shot Secrets. So we're going to go ahead and just run it now. Right now, as we drive, we're passing Little Mac. We've got onto the freeway. We cruise 65. So we will see what we're at Little Mac again, and we'll cruise 65 again. So 19.7. Anyway, I'm going to go ahead and get off at the next exit, turn around, and go back, and we'll see what trip 1 says. Alright guys, pulling back to where we started, and trip 1 says 16 miles to the gallon. Now I wonder what MPG that guy's getting. He's literally taking the air. It's not even using any fuel at all. It's just got a big sail on his vehicle. Pretty interesting. But anyway, we've driven 16.2 miles without the FR3 added to the truck. We got 16 miles to the gallon. Now it's time for us to go ahead and turn off the truck, add the product, and then repeat the test. All right, see you guys under the hood of the truck. All right guys, so putting the product in the engine. Now it is interesting to be doing this and seeing the truck improve as I'm testing these Hot Shot products. You know, just the extreme diesel performance. I gotta look up what that product's actually specifically called. I'll pull up the bottle. Let me grab the bottle. The engine's still hot. It's cooling off. I'm gonna grab the bottle of that extreme. It's right here in the bed. Diesel extreme concentrated fuel injector cleaner cetane booster. Used once every 6,000 miles or so. I will say, my truck drives better. My truck drives better with just that being added to the engine. I'm definitely impressed. Let's go ahead and add this product here. Now, obviously you have to remove some of your oil in order to pour this product into your engine. My truck is already a little low on oil because it's just burning oil, I guess, I don't know. But I run the truck really hard, guys, so there is a chance that the reason I'm low on oil, I'm a little bit less, I burned less oil this time around, but the engine's very new. The engine's very new, and it seems to be using oil. Not as much, slowing down, the oil consumption is slowing down, but it does seem to be still using a little bit of oil. It does seem to be slowing down. Now, probably because the engine's new, probably also because I worked this engine so hard. So it could be related to that. You know, as hard as I work this motor, you know, 8, 9, 10 hours straight of idling and running through plowing, it could be normal for those conditions and those situations for a diesel to use a little oil in that situation. Now, to treat this much, we're gonna do half a bottle. That's probably not perfect, but that's probably about right for I believe the Power Stroke takes like 13 quarts. And then just about a quart low, so we're gonna add this. I'll check it later, don't even worry about how much is in there. Maybe I'll check it now, I don't know. See if it's overfilled. If it's overfilled a little, we'll run it. But it's not gonna be much if it is. But I guess we'll check it here. So yeah, we'll run about a half a bottle. We'll see what this does. So yeah, let's throw the cap here on this. Nice and tight. Hopefully that doesn't leak. Seems to be airtight. So yeah, let's go ahead and check the oil. All right guys, checking the oil. Hopefully I'm not overfilled. If I am, then I guess I'll be in trouble, but hopefully I'm not overfilled here. We'll see. Stick it back in there. I don't think I will be. I probably needed the oil added to it. Let's see where we are. Oh yeah, we're definitely not overfilled. I could put more of that product in here, to be honest. But, you know, maybe should I add a little more product? I'll add a little bit. Let's just add a little bit more, because this oil's coming out anyway. It should be fine, right? I don't know. There she goes. All right, so almost a whole bottle. Ooh, don't try this at home, guys. All right, so there's our oil level. FR3 top off. Now, I probably used a little too much, but it's not gonna be in the engine long, so don't worry. It's only gonna be in here for a couple days. Don't try this at home. Use the recommended amount. But we went a little crazy. It'll be all right. Don't worry about nothing. All right, so we went a little crazy, but we'll see if that does anything. The old experimental F450 we got here. Anyway, let's get on the road and repeat the test. All right, so before we go ahead and reset this, we were getting 16 to the gallon without the additive. Now we are going to reset that one. We got 16.8, but we saw a steady burn of 19.5. What we're gonna do is go back to the same stop sign and start from there. We'll end here, but we'll start at the stop sign, because that is exactly what we did when we did the first run. So that's what we're gonna do in the second run. Stop sign is just around the corner right here. So we're gonna do that. I definitely used too much, but we'll see what happens. It should be all right, I guess. I mean, I don't know. I mean, it's a whole jug, but we'll see. I mean, there was room in there, so we'll see what happens. All right, so stop sign number 1. We're gonna go ahead and reset trip 1. Started from here, engine's warm. Trip 1 is reset. Trip 2 will reset once we get on the road. I'll reset it now too, but all right. Check out the traffic, getting on the road. But like I was saying when I was doing when I was adding the oil, is as I'm adding these products, the truck is just running better and better. Hopefully better and better. You know, I'm on the FR3 now. I'm going a little crazy. I'm putting a lot in there, but you know, if it works, I guess it should work with a lot being added in there. Now, hopefully it doesn't damage anything. I don't think it will. You know, I guess we'll see. Definitely follow the recommendations. And I think I really only should have put about a half a bottle, but I was actually like a little low on oil. But you know, we'll see. See if it does anything. It should really do something. I mean, we added a lot, but yeah, hopefully the truck just continues to run better and better. Yeah, but anyway, we'll continue this test. We'll see what happens. See you guys on the freeway. All right, guys, driving down the freeway here. Trip 2 was just reset. As you can see, we are locking down at 65. Turn it on cruise. Boom, cruise 65. So we're gonna let this thing kind of think for a minute. Hopefully there's no interruptions. And last time we reset the cruise from about this point and we got to about Little Mac. So at Little Mac, I'll check back in with you and see what this FR3 is doing. So far, looking pretty impressive at 24 MPG. Dang, let's see what happens. All right, guys, coming up to that Little Mac exit where we kind of did a quick reset. Same day, same conditions, same weather. Only difference is we added the Hot Shot Secret FR3 friction reducer. We added a little more than recommended, but check out what we're getting. 22.3 miles to the gallon. That's with the hills and all the same terrain that we faced. On the first run without the FR3, we got 19.7 miles to the gallon. So that stuff definitely does seem to improve MPG. Granted, keep in mind this, I ran too much. I'm not supposed to run that much. The reasoning is because I'm about to drain this oil out. I think it's gonna be okay. It's a safe product, whatever, but if you're gonna use the product, if you're gonna try the product, use the recommended amount. Don't use too much. I'm not gonna tow anything or do anything. I'm just literally about to drain this oil right out of here. So don't be like me. This is a video, guys. So I'm just having fun. I want to see what this product can do. Don't be like me. But, you know, it does seem at some level to improve MPG and reduce friction. So that is the main point of the whole test. And it does seem to have that effect. So definitely impressed. What I'm going to do, I'm going to continue the test, and we're going to stop at the same destination and see if the overall MPG is better for this test. Anyway, see you guys at the final location. All right, guys, here we are pulling up 17.1 miles to the gallon, 16.1 miles driven. We're looking at about 1 MPG better, nothing short of amazing. I am impressed. So yeah, FR3 does seem to help. Now keep in mind, you want to use the recommended amount from the manufacturer. Hot Shot Secrets tells you how much to use. I just use the whole bottle. Don't recommend using more than recommended, but nonetheless, definitely saw some improvements. Will you see the same improvement from just running the recommended amount? Probably, because, you know, I'm getting an MPG out of it, and I'm about to drain the oil anyway, so I think it will be okay. Knock on wood. Knock on wood. But anyway, guys, we are going to do a final overview. Yeah, we got better MPG. Definitely impressed. Definitely impressed by the FR3 friction reducer from Hot Shot Secrets. If you are interested in this product, go to hotshotsecrets.com. Use discount code DS-Trucks. DS-Trucks to get your FR3 friction reducer. Next product that I want to test is going to be the POA oil. It's going to be a tough one though, because like I say, I already got the FR3 in there, but that should be a better oil. Just the straight POA oil with the FR3 already in it. And I won't have to add any. That oil should be a pretty good oil. I should see some improvements in theory. But anyway, that's it for the video. Thank you for watching. My name is Sean. This is DS Trucks. See you guys in the next video. Over and out.